Hello viewers, I just got home from work and I found that I heard a rattling noise coming back from the rear of the bike. So when I stopped the bike to investigate, I found that the number plate holder is like extremely loose. So I didn't think much of it at the time. I thought, okay, the screws that are mounted in here or the one in the back here is loose. So on closer investigation, I found the actual problem much more serious than what I first thought. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly remove this side panel, this side cover, so you can have a look and see what the issue was, or is actually. So we'll just remove this. I don't know if you can see here, but this is actually cracked. And I'll take this off and then we'll have a look at this in more detail. But at first glimpse I thought the welds had cracked, but it's actually the swing arm itself is made of really brittle metal and it's quite scary. Okay, let me just stop the video here and then I'll just take this off and then we'll analyze this piece. Okay, so here's the metal bracket and I'm just going to get as close as I can with trying to maintain focus here. So this is what's actually broken. Now the scary part is that it's actually hasn't broken at the weld, it's broken at the metal. And if you can see the metal there, it is extremely thin. And the whole swing arm is made of the same thickness all the way along, and they've put a wedge, a metal wedge in here just to make it look, or make it a bit stronger. But this type of metal is actually very brittle. You can tell by the white powdery color that the casting, or when they forge this metal, it's really super weak. The actual weld itself is still on there. You can see the weld in the corner. That is not the issue. It's actually the metal itself, metal fatigue. And that whole mudguard section is held on only by this one bolt. The other two here on this side just hold the rear guard to this plate. This is what was actually rattling around because this actually was ripped off. And what's got me worried is that if that's the quality of the metal, then we're relying on brittle, fragile metal to support the whole motor of the bike, which is very scary indeed. So I think I will probably be replacing this swing arm with something that I'll make up. We'll get someone to make up. You can see in here that there's actually rust under here as well, where water's got in to there. So the quality of this metal is really quite poor. So what I'm going to do now, and I'll just show that at the end of the video, is I'm going to pull apart the rear mudguard assembly and I'm going to mount the rear number plate to the back of the bike. Just let me go up here. I'm going to actually put it up under this section of the bike itself, and this can be taken off by taking off the seats and undoing 3 bolts. I'll just pull this out here and tilt this up. We can see that's the underside part of the bike, and I'm just going to mount the rear number plate to the bottom here on the original bracket, but it'll just leave the back wheel assembly here without mudguard. Okay viewers, so here is the old mudguard slash number plate holder. I've actually removed it from the Super Soco because as you saw before, the bracket was broken. But what I've done is I've just simply removed this back piece that comes on the Super Soco standard and just moved it to the back part of the bike and just neatly rerouted the wiring and just put the LED light on the back. And now I don't have the mudguard at the rear, but I was able to do a reasonable job. I think it looks okay. Yeah, it's the best that I could do. I can't re-weld that little part that came off because the metal's too fatigued, and it's just going to burn a hole straight through the metal in the swing arm, so there's no way I'll be able to re-mount this rear guard anymore. So just be careful, everybody. This is extremely heavy. I don't know why they actually made it as heavy as it is, but the point is that it's only held on with one bolt just here. These two mount this actual part onto the side of the bike, but there's only one bolt securing it to the swing arm. So you've got all of this weight pulling down on the actual swing arm mounting bracket, which broke off. So it's quite strange. But anyway, that's the way it is. I mean, it looks okay. But just be aware of that, and hopefully the metal in your swing arms isn't fatigued and brittle like the one that's in my swing arm. Okay, so that's it for now. Thanks very much for watching, viewers. Much appreciated. And please, if you do have a Super Soco, please check your bracket assembly. Cheers for now. Thank you.